Now, you're welcome to Steve Cohn's Mathematics Tutorials. Today, we'd like to consider solution of Wassce NOVDEC 2017. I am solving everything for you. That is from question 1 all the way to question 13. This is the paper. So question 1 all the way to the last one, which is question number 13. And everything will be available on my website, www.stevecohns.com, and also it's going to be available on my pen drive as well. It is very, very affordable. Call the numbers for a copy. Now let's see the first question. Question number 1. Simplify, that is 2 plus root 3 over root 3 minus root 2 minus 2 over root 2. So we have 2 plus root 3 over root 3 minus root 2 minus 2 all over root 2. Now, what are we supposed to do? All that we need to do is to rationalize. Now, how do we rationalize? For a detailed lesson on sets, called mathematics sets, please kindly get to my website. That is www.stevecohns.com. All the lessons in the Wassce syllabus is also available on my pen drive. Very, very detailed lesson. I've taken my time to explain everything. Okay, so for us to rationalize, if you have 1 over root a and you want to rationalize, this is just 1 over the root a times root a over root a. So what do? You multiply top and bottom by the denominator. So here 1 times root a is root a. And then root a times root a is a from the laws of set. Root a times root a giving us a. So from here, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to rationalize. We have 2 plus root 3 out of root 3. So we multiply top and bottom. Top and bottom by the denominator. Minus, we have root 2 minus 2 all over root 2 times root 2 out of root 2. So you multiply the numerator and denominator by the denominator. Now, we have to expand using the distributive property. Now, root 3 times 2, and this is 2 root 3. Root 3 times root 3, giving us 3. Why? Root a times root a is a. So root 3 times root 3 is 3. Now, what is root 3 times root 3 here? This is 3. Minus root 2 times root 2. That's 2. 2 times root 2. So you have negative 2 root 2 out of root 2 times root 2. And this is giving us 2. This is giving us 2. Now, from here, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to find the LCM. 3 and 2, what's the LCM? LCM is 6. Now, 3 will go into 6 how many times? 2 times. So 2 times the numerator. 2, we have 2 root 3 plus 3. Now, how many times will 2 go into 6? 2 will go into 6 3 times. Now, 3 times the numerator. So minus 3, we have 2 minus 2 root 2. Now, from here, what do? We expand using the distributive property. 2 times 2. So that is 4 root 3. 2 times 3, we have 6. Minus 3 times 2, that's 6. Later, negative, positive. 3 times 2, 6 root 2, all out of 6. Now let's see, you see 6 minus 6. This and that is cancelling out. So clearly, what do we have? We have 4 root 3 plus 6 root 2, all out of 6. Now, what do you know? We know that if you have a plus b over c, this is the same as a over c plus b over c from algebra. If you have a plus b over c, this is equal to a over c plus b over c. Hence, this is just, that's 4 root 3 out of 6 plus 6 root 2 out of 6. And that's what we have over here. Now, this is cancelling that. 2 go here. 2 times 2 go into 6 3 times. So you have 2 out of 3 plus, that is 2 out of 3 root 3, because there's root 3 here. So 2 out of 3 root 3 plus root 2. That's it. Very, very easy. Very, very simple. Don't forget, no pain, no gain. Mathematics is not a spectator of sport. You have to be active, sit down and solve questions on your own. The height reached and kept by great men were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards in the night. Call the numbers you are seeing on the screen for a copy of the pen drive. All the videos too is available on my website, www.stevecons.com. Now let's consider the B part. NOVDEC 2017, question number 1B. Mr. Kofi sold a machine and made a profit of 15%. So Mr. Kofi sold a machine to somebody and made a profit of 15%. Now, the buyer later sold it to Mr. Nana at a loss of 10%. So clearly, Mr. Kofi sold it to a buyer. And this buyer in turn sold it to Mr. Nana at a loss of 10%. Now, if Mr. Nana paid 20,700 for the machine, how much did Mr. Kofi buy it? So first, we are being told that Mr. Kofi sold the machine and made a profit of 15%. Now, the buyer later sold it to Mr. Nana at a loss of 10%. And because it is loss, it means that we have to subtract it from 100%. What's the loss percent? 100%. So that's 100 minus 10. Why? Because it is a loss. And this was sold at 20,700. So it means that 90% is mapping to 20,700. The buyer later sold it to Mr. Nana at a loss of 10%. If Mr. Nana paid 20,700 for the machine, how much did Mr. Kofi buy it? So that is, the buyer made a loss, and the loss was 10%. So 90% would correspond to 20,700. Now I want to find the cost price of the amount that the buyer bought it. So clearly 100%, this will map to what? The CP of the buyer. CP of the buyer. Now we have 90, 100. 100 is more. If more, let's divide. So if more, let's divide. If more, let's divide. So clearly we have 100. That is, what is the 100? That is the CP of the buyer, the cost price of the buyer. That's the CP of the buyer. Is equal to what? That is 100% out of 90 times 20,700. Now we need to punch this on a calculator. And when you punch this on a calculator, what we get? When you punch it on a calculator, this is giving us that's 23,000. Yes, 100 over 90 times 20,700. So this is the CP of the buyer. But then this CP of the buyer is the selling price of Mr. Kofi. The cost price of the buyer is the selling price of Mr. Kofi. So let's note that. Let me write here. CP of the buyer is the selling price of Mr. Kofi. We have to note that the CP of the buyer is the selling price of Mr. Kofi. Now we are being told that Mr. Kofi sold it and made a profit of 15%. And because it is a profit of 15%, we add 15 to 100%. Let's note that. So because it was profit, what was the profit? The profit was 15%. So 100 plus 15. Why? Profit. Why? Because it is what? Profit. Now for a detailed lesson on percentages 1 and percentages 2, together with all the topics in the Wassce syllabus. Kindly contact me and get your pen drive. Very, very affordable. Everything is on a pen drive. It is also available on my website as well. So this one would map to what was the cost price of the buyer? That was 23,000. That was 23,000. So clearly, so we have 115, and this is mapping to 23. What from the 115? 100 plus 15, because we have been told that he made a profit. So 15 plus 100, giving us 115%. Now, I want to find the amount that Mr. Kofi bought it, and always the cost price is so 100%. This would map to CP of Mr. Kofi. Now, we have 1,500. 100 is less. Comparing 1,500, 100 is less. If less, more divide. So that is if less, more divide. So clearly our CP 100 out of 115 times 23,000. This over this times 23,000, and this over this time 23,000. When you punch it on the calculator, what do we have? Clearly, this is giving us that's 20,000. Please, because it is currency, it should be 0.00, because currency 0.00. Wow, is it interesting? Very, very interesting. If you have my lesson, before you go to the examination hall, you'll be very, very confident to face any question, because everything in the syllabus, everything has been explained. A lot of questions have been solved to help you, the candidate, to pass your exams with ease. Are you going to write NOVDEC? Are you going to write your May, June? Do you want to revise your notes on any topic in the Wassce syllabus? Kindly contact me. You see the numbers on the screen? Call the numbers for a copy of the pen drive. Very, very affordable. Now let's consider question number 2. NOVDEC, that is Wassce NOVDEC 2017. Question 2a. This is a diagram not drawn to scale. In the diagram, QR is 2 centimeters. That's QR 2 centimeters. Angle PQR, that's 90 degrees. Angle RSP, that's 30 degrees. And then we have been told the angle QPR, that's 45 degrees. First one, find PR. Second one, we want to find what? RS. So that is what I have redrawn here. The second one, we want to find RS. Hence, let me indicate probably RS by a variable which is X. Now, we want to find the first one, PR. We want to find PR. So, you know, here we have two triangles. That is PQR and then also PQS. These are the two triangles that we have. So, that is a triangle, right angle triangle PQR. Now, I would use now, so that's opposite over hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse, opposite over adjacent. Now consider sine 45. Sine 45 degrees. So sine 45 degrees. That's opposite. So opposite. Where is it facing? Opposite, which is 2 over hypotenuse. What is the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is PR. Sine 45. So opposite over hypotenuse. So where is the angle facing? 2 out of the hypotenuse, PR. Calculate what is sine 45? Using the calculator, sine 45 is the same as that's root 2 out of 2. So you have root 2 out of 2 equal to 2 over PR. Well, PR. From here, what do? We can cross multiply. So this time this, that is root 2 times PR, 2 times 2. That's 4 when you cross multiply. When we find PR, so we divide both sides by what? Root 2, root 2. So we have root 2 PR out of root 2 equal to 4 out of root 2. So this is cancelling out that. So we have PR equal to 4 out of root 2. Now we can't leave our answer in this way. What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to rationalize. So we multiply the top and bottom by the denominator. So we have 4 out of root 2 times root 2 out of root 2. Now 4 times root 2, and this is 4 root 2. Root 2 times root 2, that's 2. Right, we know root A times root A is A. Hence, root 2 times root 2 is 2. Now, 2 will go into 1, 2 will go into 4, 2 times. So that's 2 root 2 centimeters. So our PR is 2 root 2 centimeters. Now let's consider the second part. The second part is we should find RS in set form. Now RS, that is what we have denoted with X. Now it suffices us to find PQ. How can we find PQ? Now still under triangle PQR, that's PQR, 45, how can we find here? We can use tan 45, So second one, tan 45, 12. That's opposite over adjacent, 12. Opposite over adjacent. So what is the opposite? The opposite is 2. What is the adjacent? The adjacent is PQ. Now what is tan 45? Tan 45 is one you can check on your calculator. So 1 equal to 2 out of PQ. 1 PQ, you know this over 1, so we can cross multiply. So PQ is multiplying 1. This is giving us PQ. This is just equal to 2. So our PQ, this is 2 centimeters. Now let's consider triangle PQS. Let's consider triangle PQS. Now, one find this side. Look at it. We have opposite over adjacent. So tan 30. So still on SOHCAHTOA. Tan 30 opposite over adjacent. So tan 30 opposite is this side over the adjacent. So tan 30 opposite. What is the opposite? The opposite is 2 over the adjacent. What is the adjacent? It's QS. And what is QS? QS is 2 plus X. The length from Q all the way to S. 2 plus X. So that's 2 plus X, where the X is our RS. Now what is tan 30? Tan 30 is root 3 out of 3. So we have root 3 out of 3 equal to 2 out of 2 plus X. 2 plus X. When we find X, what do? We cross multiply. We cross multiply. So this time that. So we have root 3 into bracket 2 plus X. 3 times 2, we have 2 times 3. So we are cross multiply. We want to find X. Now, root 3 times 2, yeah, that's 2 root 3. Root 3 times X, we have root 3x equal to 2 times 3. This is giving us 6. Now, we have root 3x equal to 6. We want to find X, so this has to move to this side. Positive moving, becoming negative. Becoming negative. Now, want to find X, we divide both sides by what is multiplying the X. So clearly, we have root 3x out of root 3 equal to 6 minus 2 root 3 out of root 3. Now this is cancelling out that. So we have our X to be equal to 6 minus 2 root 3 out of root 3. We can't leave our answer in this form. This is irrational. We have to make it rational. How can you make it rational? by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the denominator. So that is root 3 out of root 3. Now, this time this. So what do you have? 6 root 3 minus, you see, root 3 times root 3 is 3. So we just have 2 into bracket 3. Look at it, 2 root 3 times root 3. So root 3 times root 3 is 3. Out of, now root 3 times root 3, that is 3. So this is giving us that 6 root 3, 2 times 3, 6 out of 3. Now, from algebra, if you have A plus B out of C, this is A over C, B over C. Hence, this is just 6 root 3 out of 3 minus 6 out of 3. Now, 3 going 1, 3 going 6, 2 times. 3 going 1, 3 going 6, 2 times. So you have 2 root 3 minus 2. And that is our x. But what is x? What is x? What is x? This x denotes the rs. The x denotes the rs. So our rs is this, which is, and this, if you like, you can factorize the 2 out, or you leave the answer like this. That is when you factorize the 2 out. That's it. Very, very easy, very, very interesting. Now, for a detailed lesson on trigonometry, kindly call the numbers on the screen for a copy of my pen drive. It is also available on my website, www.stevecons.com. Now, let's consider question number 2, being of deck 2017. That's it, and this is under plane geometry 1. Now, for a detailed lesson on plane geometry 1, kindly visit my website, www.stevecons.com. It is also available on a pen drive. As I told you, everything, all the lessons in the Wassce syllabus are available on a pen drive. For so very, very affordable. Core maths, elective maths, economics, English language, all the subjects. It is available on my website. It is also available on the pen drive for sale. So this is what we have. And then we are being told that you find the size of the angle marked x. You want to find x in the diagram. So that's what I have over here. Now, what do we know? We know that the sum of the two opposite interior angles is equal to the exterior angle. So clearly, you see, 40 and 85, this plus is equal to the angle over here. So the angle here, what is 40 plus 85? That is 125. So this is 125 degrees. Why are we saying that the sum of the two opposite interior angles is equal to the exterior angle? This is the exterior angle. This and this are opposite to this one. So 85 plus 40 is equal to the angle over here. So all that we are saying, that angle, that is EHK is equal to 85 degrees plus 40 degrees. And this is 125 degrees. Why? The sum of the two opposite interior angles is equal to the exterior angle. The sum of the two opposite interior angles is equal to the exterior angle. That's the reason why. Okay, now what else can we say? You see, we have this, we can decide to find the angle here. Or we can still use the sum of the two opposite interior angles is equal to the exterior angle. Also, look at it. X plus 125 degrees equal to 130 degrees. Why? The sum of the two opposite interior angles is equal to the exterior angle. So x plus 125 equal to 130 degrees. So this plus is equal to that. We'll find x, x is equal to 130 degrees minus 125 degrees. And clearly x will be equal to 5 degrees. That's 130 degrees minus 125 degrees, giving us 5 degrees. Or you see, sum of angles on the straight line add up to 180. So if this is 130, it means that the angle here is what? 50 degrees. Why? 50 plus 130 giving us 180. We have a triangle here. So x plus 125 plus 50 degrees equal to 180 degrees. Sum of angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So you have our x. Now 125 plus 5175 degrees equal to 180 degrees. So x is equal to 180 degrees minus 175 degrees. What is 180 minus 175 degrees? And this is just 5 degrees. So our x is 5 degrees. As I told you, everything from question 1 all the way to question 13, the solution of it, detailed one, I've explained, taken my time to explain everything. It is available on my website, www.stevecons.com. Everything, I've taken my time to explain everything. Now, if you need a detailed lesson on all the Wassce syllabus, are you going to write off there? Are you going to write your May, June? Excellent work has been done, and it is available on a pen drive. Everything, all the lesson, everything is available on the pen drive. Call the numbers you are seeing on the screen for a copy of the pen drive. It's not expensive. Very, very affordable for everybody to buy. Don't forget the height reached and kept by great men were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards. In the night, call the numbers for a copy you never regret.